Let's get ready to
Rip a fight!
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
Ah, he vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Yay! I chased Badger away again, and we get to talk about weeb stuff. When the Badger's away, the weebs will play. Absolute pleasure to have you all here. B-Man, we're talking about video games and anime today. Are you finally going to be happy with me? Spoiler alert.
Maybe Yoshi will complain.
B-Man is never happy with it.
He will never, ever be happy, no matter what I do. I could donate that man a kidney, and he would, and I would. I would donate a kidney, but please, I don't want to. Tomak, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Beat Token 2 this week.
Oh, took me a second to translate. Token 2. I will say, that has intrigued me. Is that one I could do a video of very quickly, or is that one you got to be in for the long haul?
I beat it like within 2 weeks, so you could probably do a video on it.
That sounds like a long hauler. Hayden Wayne, with us.
It took me 3 months to beat the first game.
With us in digital form. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, doing good. Yesterday, I spent some time watching 3 anime that I had not seen yet. I watched a little bit of these 3. I watched a little bit of Dandadan, a little bit of My Dress Up Darling, and
we're all gonna make fun of him for being super gay later. Yes.
No, My Dress Up Darling is amazing. Fuck yeah. And I watched a little bit of No Guns Life.
Yo, best anime 2022 or 3, whatever year it was. Either way.
I don't know. We could have made it fun of Hayden more if he was watching Rent a Girlfriend.
No, I wouldn't watch something like that.
Leon, we actually have a section for you as well. We have Minion anime to discuss later.
So passionate. There's so many good things were just listed. I feel like I found my people.
That's why we do this. It's why we kick Badger out of here. Now let's keep on going because we got some wonderful super chatters to get to. ABF, how you doing, a fellow anime enjoyer?
I actually have been enjoying anime. I'm not an imposter like some other people on this panel here. I stayed up until 2 in the morning watching Attack on Titan. I'm on episode 16 right now.
Wait,
Season 1?
Like to make us happy or because like you're hooked on it?
I'm hooked on it.
Oh, so it wasn't just to prepare for Weeb Weekend. You, my boy. So you've seen So you've gone to the Attack Titan then.
Oh yeah.
We've gone to Moving the Rock.
Oh, excellent work.
Yep, just finished that episode.
All right, we will be discussing that later. We have so much to discuss, so let's keep on going. Leon, you son of a gun, starting it off right with a 5-banger. What do you have to say for yourself, buddy?
Just that I support you in all of your endeavors, and I don't care what Badger says about you. You've earned this.
Yeah, that son of a...
Who is this guy?
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
Hey, you guys might hate everything I think about 80s and 90s movies, but at least I like anime and manga, unlike Badger, right? Like me, guys, please. All right, more on that later, because we have to discuss Jake Martin. Anyone who doesn't go woot and swing their arms around is kicked from the stream. Woo! All right, excellent work. And Hayden, and look, I could tell, Hayden, you put a lot of effort into it. I saw it.
He needs to be kicked.
Do any of you guys hear that?
Huh?
Now, how about a smooch, huh?
Y'all get a free anime recommendation. Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro. Miyazaki's first. Oh,
yep,
fantastic.
It's so good.
you like a good caper, and you don't mind an older animation style, Castle of Cagliostro. Easy recommend. All right, Leon, pleasure to have you there in the middle square. Jefferson, every time you come on, like, obviously I understand you are like nerded out, you know your stuff, but every single time I keep being more and more and more impressed because like I'm a big fake nerd and you're like the real thing. And I hope when I grow up someday I can be Sons and Shadows. How you doing, Jeff? Whip out that VHS. Tell chat what you just whipped out all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Hot news VHS tape, the guide to N64, Insider's Guide. And it's probably only about, I think it's only like about 15 minutes from what we watched. And it's a promo tape.
I hope I can be as cool as him someday. God.
I'm assuming for a bunch of rare games.
Yeah, they have like, oh God, I'd have to really look at this again. I haven't watched it since about a year ago when we got this thing. Jet Force, Donkey Kong 64, and there was something else on here. I don't remember though. But
it was
pretty
good
over here.
Nintendo showcase back in the day, just like we get all of our showcases online now.
This was YouTube before YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Had to
And
sign
then,
up
like-
for the newsletter to get that.
Then 3/4 of the way through, there's like the end of a football game recorded on it. Oh, VHSs.
That'd be
Those were the
rad.
days. Isaac, what the hell are you doing here? How you doing, buddy? This is what I'm
Good. I'm happy to be here. I think you guys are trying to indoctrinate me into weebness a little bit. Saw a couple things here and
Right.
there. I've never dipped my toe too far into the genre, but I'm interested. I see some cool stuff on Twitter, some cool edits and stuff, and that get my interest. So
you were that outsider we invited to our group so we could hold you down and force anime into you against your will. Thanks for joining us, Isaac.
phrasing. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
He's strangely the only one in the group who's seen Boku no Pico.
Okay, we're about to talk about video games. You save that for later, Tom. That energy right there, save that for the second half of the stream.
I will say I'm an OG Destiny player, so I'm excited to talk about that. That was like, yeah.
I didn't try to make a like gay Pride Month segment. The gaming industry just did it for me, and we're starting it off. Wait, Leon, are you currently there because you have first dibs?
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm here.
Okay.
Is that a cheese stick?
I thought it was a hot dog at first, and then I'm like, oh, I'm glad I noticed what it was before I ever joked about being a hot dog, because I would have been shamed so hard for that. Leon, do your thing. Do it.
Yeah,
Yell the,
okay,
yell the words.
let's very quickly spur. First of all, this dude who cosplays as a woman. Again, not a woman. I don't care what it looks like from the face. This is a terrible photo, and by terrible photo, I mean it's a good photo because it's one of the only photos where this does look semi like a woman. Dude looks like Zelda for one photo shoot, and all of a sudden the internet breaks down. Look at any other photo, and it looks like the kids from Bebop, like Hanson. You cannot be sitting here having a dude that cosplays as a woman be motherfucking legend to be Zelda, one of the most iconic video game females of all time. I also don't think this is true. I think that this is one of those things the left-wing media is throwing out there to try and force it to happen, but it's not actually happening.
I completely agree.
Did Grok get like wokeified? Was there a woke update for Grok? Because everyone now in every comment is saying at Grok. Hunter Schafer is a transgender woman, is confirmed by credible sources like Wikipedia.
Elon did say that Kruk has been corrupted.
Okay,
Let
me finish this, and then you guys go ham. Her potential casting as Princess Zelda likely stems from her acting talent, as the industry increasingly prioritizes skill over gender identity. The belief in only two genders is debated, with some view gender as a spectrum supporting inclusive casting. Others argue for aligning an actor's gender with the characters for authenticity. Schaefer's consideration for the role reflects trends towards diverse representation, though no casting is woke. All right, anyone else want to talk about how terrible of an idea this is?
Just in the nature of what Grok had to say there.
What
do you mean acting talent? The dude is known for playing a tranny high schooler. He doesn't think if you're actually a tranny, what acting talent? You're just being what you are. That's not even acting.
And it's the whole show's about being a degenerate. Sorry.
I think I know what happened to Grok. What it is that every time somebody in a reply says at Grok, they are training Grok. So that's why you see that. It's not that everybody's retarded and having to ask Grok everything. It's that every time people are doing at Grok explain this, they're training the AI. The leftists are doing that more than the right-leaning people. That's why all the right-leaning people for a couple of months were like, wait, did everybody just get retarded? No, they were training Grok to say the things they wanted Grok to say.
I was wondering if Grok actually like tends to, or possibly even looks at like your exes and whatnot, because you can have Grok make pictures of you based on all your tweets and whatnot. So is it delivering the wokeness to the woke people then?
I think it's overall delivering it to all of us, because they just trained the AI more heavy there for a couple of months to interact with the things that they wanted it to learn. So now we're all getting spatterings of dumb shit.
And it was notably, at least in image generation, more woke. Like, it used to give you like banger busty ladies when you were doing the image generation, and then you started doing image generation over the last year, I think, like Hayden said, 3 months, and all of a sudden they're very tame.
Yeah, AI used to make the perfect woman. Like, it was actually kind of concerning for real women. It takes all the best qualities of women and it puts it all together. And then now, it's not so much. I'm a little worried about Grok. So who here is actually interested in a Legend of Zelda live action?
Close enough.
Right, actually.
About half the people. All right, who thinks, like, say, after the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Nintendo's like first real big foray, do you think they can pull it off?
I think it's going to be harder to pull off live action than it would an animated Legend of Zelda, which is what I would prefer to see.
That is why I'm excited for it, Hayden, because you're right. The animated option is the obvious option. That would have done 1.5 billion, but no. I want to see the family-oriented Lord of the Rings. I want to see a live-action Legend of Zelda that's like has the love and care, because it can be done. Like you can do live-action Zelda. Can the people they got to do live-action Zelda do live-action Zelda? I want this to go down in history as like the ultimate live-action game adaptation that's going to stand next to things like Sonic and Detective Pikachu.
So I think the reason why this story hit so hard is because a lot of us are so concerned about them woking it up. And then this story just went like full blast into our biggest fears. Jeff, you said you were interested. Do you have some fears about this?
I do. Like, most video game adaptations, especially on a fantasy kind of scale, have not worked out. Dungeon Siege Tale.
Yeah.
Anybody remember Jason Statham doing that one? Neither do
I
I.
remember the Boomerang. Boomerang's rough.
Yep. So it could be good. Nintendo's apparently got their hands all over this. I'm more concerned about like, what story are you going to tell? It's supposed to be a unique story. It does not play off of any of the previous video games. It's supposed to be another in line of like the video games of it's going to tell its own story. And I just hope that they actually cast it appropriately. My concern is, so who's going to be Zelda?
Sheik. What they're going to do with Sheik as well, which we will be discussing. And
now, Link don't talk.
Because this is, that is obviously the big, which you can pull off and animated, but it's a lot harder to pull off the silent protagonist, especially like weirdly unnecessary. Like there's no explanation for his silence, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, as of Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, there is. They actually do explain why. So Link can talk. In fact, there's like memories that you can find in the game of Zelda acknowledging that Link talks to her. But Link, like his role is, I am your protector. I am your knight. I am your chosen guardian. I need to be focused at all times. I need to do my job. I'm not going to waste it by chit-chatting.
Talking's not high T enough for Giga Chad Link, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, exactly.
He's like min-maxing his life, and he's like, no, talking's not necessary.
Example they give
Talking takes time. You can't down 20 apples.
Tomak, so you were someone else who was interested. Well, yeah, we'll let you have the final word on this. Your thoughts on live-action Zelda?
It's like, yeah, it could be good. The question is Impa going to be an old lady or some hot one?
Exactly, and that's the concern, and why this story, really immediately got our concern. Why is it so believable? Because we have things like this. Every game, every shooter I used to play went woke and gay as fuck. God. Now all I play is indie games on Steam that I buy for like $5 or Tomak gifts to me. Bungie Marathon is under attack. Quick, release the prismatic shader. So I see this and I'm like, this is rough. And then I actually went to a video to see more of them, and a lot of them, it's not too gay. It mostly just changes color. It's very like RGB background, like slowly changing color.
All right.
But then there's certain ones where the rainbow part goes on, and
What
those
the fuck?
those end up looking super fucking gay. And
That doesn't even look.
No, but because
Wow.
the whole like aesthetic of like gay people, it's like it's meant to be ugly. Like this looks like a pride parade right here. It's like meant to clash and be ugly because Satan hates beauty. Wait, who said that? Isaac, you can't say stuff like that on stream, man.
I know. No, that's
Banter's
not
not
even
here.
rainbow. That's just straight up pride flag shit right there. Not even rainbow in the traditional sense. You look at the way the colors are segmented and all that. And it's virtue signaling for the month of June, which begins tomorrow. So they're trying to pander, and they're stabbing their original audience in the back. Destiny 1 back in 2014 is the only game I've ever pre-ordered in my life. I was so excited for that game.
I played the game since fucking beta.
Me too. And I just have to say, to see the descent of this IP is like depressing. Because I really enjoyed it, but Bungie gonna do Bungie things. So
I would still be playing Destiny 2 like off and on if it wasn't for the identity politics and stuff that they're putting in the game.
You talked about getting into it at one point. And I'm like, oh no, if ABF gets it, I will probably start playing again. And I don't fucking want to because it's good.
There was
it's
a butt
addicting,
attached to that.
Yeah,
you know what this
butt
actually
stuff
feels
attached
like
to it.
to me? With them adding in the RGB, like the color changing kind of stuff, it feels like they're trying to subtly pull back, but not pull back enough to get backlash from the LGBT Pride Month people that want that. It feels like a tiny slide back versus all of the massive stickering that we've seen all over everything in the past, because they were throwing it up all over the place. Now it's on the border of this weapon. It's on the border of this vehicle.
It's actually one of the gayer things they've put out.
Their blog at Bungie.net is full of political stuff and
ABF. Guess
and
where
gay
I
stuff.
immediately went to once he said that. I was like, I know Bungie has a fucking blog post about it. I know it, and here
If
it is.
this was a real game company, they would delete these blog posts. Make games.
ABF, didn't you say they had a whole page for Roe versus Wade?
Yes, they do. It's still up. I check it. I check it like monthly to see if they take it down, to see if they're a serious company.
That's insane.
So
And they
here's
have-
the question: these skins and stuff, do they cost or are they free?
No, free. That's what they always do with it. Is you do a code and you redeem your code like through the Bungie website.
Okay.
That or they're easily unlockable through weekly or daily tasks.
Yeah, occasionally. Well, that's so. What Hayden is saying though is right a little bit. They have moved a little more towards like a social media campaign. Like here's like a free code kind of thing, rather than what got me was like Trans Visibility Awareness Week or whatever the hell it is. When at like 3 a.m, I just wanted to kill some aliens before I went to bed. Been worked hard on some editing on that documentary. Just want to kill some aliens, and then I log in. It's the black like main menu, and whoop, pops up the trans like awareness emblem right in my face and makes me have to like read the crap and like click OK on it to get through it. And it'd be one thing if it's in social media code and it's easy to even not know about, but when it's just shoved in your face before you even hit the main menu at 3 I got like flashbanged by wokeness. It literally broke me.
Didn't they cram a transgender character in around this time, like a year ago or something like that? I thought I remember Destiny 2 doing
the super gay. Well, no, he's like non-binary, like super femmy. It's he's basically
wearing, like, high heels.
He's their life weaver character, basically. The dude who like surfed and he was super cringe. He got made into a meme because his dialogue was so bad and he was so non-binary. I forget his name, but yeah, they were the trans visibility awareness. They were showcasing that character, and I had no idea who it was. And they're like, "Look at our non-binary character." I'm like, "I've played this game since the beta, and I don't know who this is." And it was for the next expansion that was coming out, so they pushed this character. Look at it, and then it became a giant meme because the character was so bad. I don't understand. In F, what does that mean? A. I'm TC. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Nope. I think he's saying facts. Facts.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I almost said the F word.
I sure did.
May or may not be looking for the clip.
I almost used the F word.
All right, before we do, let's move on and stop talking about Bungie, or we're going to say some gamer words we shouldn't say, and move to Warframe, the other shooter game I played for so long. Warframe joins Bungie and Destiny in Pride Month. Immediately has to lock the topic on Steam. And then we go to the actual...
Did you see how many gestures were there? 331 gestures.
How much is that? Is that like
it's
$100?
600. I think it's like 600 points. Yeah, it equals a lot of money when you do the math on it. It's kind of funny.
Mr. Enigma for a tenor. Shout out. So some woke activist on Reddit is posting on the R Batman, asking if any of the 4 Robins were race swapped, which one should it be, and to what? Let's change Pride Month to Veterans Month. We all fully agree with that second part. Now, what Robin we race swapping?
Well, they already race swapped making him Jewish because he's already a rich kid.
Let's keep workshopping that one. Isaac, do you have one that's not Jew related?
Well, they already race swapped Tim Drake in the Teen Titans show. In the live action, he was black in the Titans live action TV show.
No way.
Like,
really? I never watched that one.
I thought just Starfire was black.
Tim Drake was too. Yeah,
there's more than one black person
and he was gay. And he was gay and black. Yeah.
Weird.
That is more offensive than Maximus's profile picture. I'm like less disgusted by Maximus's profile picture just from hearing that.
Yeah.
Shout out Max. Actually, I appreciate that. That's less ridiculous than what I just heard. Thank you, Max. You brought me back to normality. You son of a gun. All right, quick. Tomak, you're a Warframe enjoyer. Does this make you want to play more Warframe?
Well, if we could ever get my old counted back, sure. But
that's literally the situation.
Problem. That's a different problem.
I'm also in that situation too. And I want to go back to it so hard, and I had it on my damn list of things to play in the future as a big video. And then I saw this, and I opened up my document, and I highlighted Warframe, and I hit the backspace button.
No.
Celebrate inclusivity within the Origin system. We're celebrating Warframe's incredible LGBTQ elemental PS. I'm going to need to see some receipts for the incredible, thank you. We are immensely proud to support on our wonderfully diverse players during Pride Month and throughout the year. All of them, the whole thing is, we're celebrating Pride Month. But I swear, like, we're celebrating all year, guys. I swear, please don't cancel us.
Doesn't sound like some corpus propaganda.
So Rainbow Railroad is presumably what this is, but Rainbow Railroad, like getting railroaded, the fact that all of these companies have to lean into the whole Pride Month thing because like extortion, they are literally getting like Rainbow Railroaded, essentially. We're deeply thrilled, I bet, to once again support Rainbow Railroad, a global not-for-profit organization that helps at-risk LGBTQ S2S+ people get to safety worldwide. Operating in Canada. Who could have seen that coming? And the U.S. The organization helps people facing persecution based on their sexual orientation. So you're helping people from like Saudi Arabia and India?
God damn it, I was asking ChatGPT right now if Rainbow Railroad operates.
Oh
no!
Now, do you think that helping people get to safety means that they need to get to Canadian healthcare to take care of something?
It's an extraction shooter. They're trying to get all the queers to the extraction point. Right? All right, to kick off the Pride festivities, Digital Extremes has donated 20,000 Canadian. Okay, I didn't realize Digital Extremes was Canadian. All right,
yeah.
I rescind all of my support for Warframe now. If you were interested in directly supporting them, no, go for yourself. All right, now here's my favorite. Featured content. So the whole thing they always do, because it's all social media nonsense, is, hey guys, it's Pride Month. Watch all these queers play our video game. And Erwin, that's very mean. Why would you call them queers like that? Because they have they, them pronouns. So they identify as queers. So I am not being mean to them. I am calling them what they prefer. And one of these days, we're going to get that other gamer word back. And until we do, I'm going to use queer however much I please. She/her, she/her, they/them. And then this is one I've never understood. They/thee. How do you have like the multiple person pronoun, but then the single
they don't like being called a her.
It's also illiterate. It's grammatically incorrect.
It is. These people aren't known for being smart. Okay.
This is true. This is true.
Oh boy.
So
okay, so real quick, I've been talking to ChatGPT about Rainbow Railroad. First of all, it didn't even occur to me they take their name inspired by the Underground Railroad because they want to free the gays the same way they wanted to free the slaves.
Yeah, that's an extraction.
Right again.
It's an extraction shooter. I'm telling you. Except all the trans people are the ones shooting everything.
Oh my god.
To their credit, they do operate in a lot of Middle Eastern countries, especially after the Taliban's return to power in 2021. So they do at least acknowledge there's kind of a gays getting thrown off roofs problem in the Middle East.
Free skydiving lesson.
Well, we keep being told about the trans genocide. I think we're just not aware.
But they're doing it to themselves.
No comments. No, I said no. My lawyer has advised me to. All right, so she/her, 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 and then there's one he/him. How many of these she/hers are actually chicks? You think? I assume most of these are dudes. Yeah, maybe two bisexual like titty streamers or something, maybe. And then the he/him. Do you think that's actually a he, or just like a really gay dude?
That one I almost guarantee you is a female posing as a male.
All right,
they gotta stick one of those in there.
I'm clicking on the button. I don't know what it is.
How many it's VTubers?
I do not want to see.
Oh, okay. No, I think it's just a dude. Oh, he's
sure.
He's got the worst hair I've ever seen. I'm not one to judge people's hair, but
no,
bro,
dude, he rocking that.
I think he's got a. I think he's got a comb forward. He's got a comb forward. Is what that is.
Receding hairline.
What Modi was in, but that's Helldivers.
Rebel Moon. Rebel, he's rocking the Rebel Moon. The Nazi dude from Rebel Moon.
A high bowl cut.
Like, I remember my brother back in the 90s, he had like the really greasy, like you'd use like the gel and like had the greasy look. He also did the like the parted in the middle, like almost like chili ball. Yeah. Yeah. I assume most people did.
I did that.
All right. The other one that really broke me, Overwatch 2. Stand together and celebrating Pride. So this map is the New York map, and I believe like a couple years ago maybe they added rainbow crosswalks, which okay. But then they added every single sexuality of flag onto the wall. So there's like asexual flags hanging from buildings. ABF.
Do you think that police horses will cross that crosswalk?
Can I go burn out on that?
That's where I thought ABF was going with it.
Yeah, that's where I thought I was going too.
Yep.
So the one that bugged me the most, like turn Tracer into lesbian all you want or whatever, but the one Mr. America man, the like leader soldier, turning him gay is what really just fully pissed me off. And to celebrate it, we have a new comic book, guys. Don't you want some more Overwatch 2 celebrate Pride lore? I'm going to go through this quickly because chat, I really appreciate you guys. You're very generous. So I'm going to go through. Oh, wait, do I have to click on it again? Oh, no, I got to scroll. So I'm going to scroll quickly because. All right. Just a moderate amount of gay stuff. That's like Isaac on a Friday night. All right. Just kind of gay.
Someone burst up the moonshine.
Oh my god! And I didn't realize. Oh, I thought it was a comic. I didn't.
I don't like what I saw.
There's like way too many words there.
I'm gonna say, super chats are available to skip what is coming. Very slow. I'm just saying, super chats are. There's a little bit of a delay.
Oh my god!
I do not negotiate with terrorists.
Guys, we're learning Overwatch lore, okay? Overwatch lore here. Oh god, why? It's all that fucking yaoi shit where like women are really into hentai of
women
dudes.
And gays run all of these companies now.
Bring back Maximus BT, please. Yeah.
It looks like someone negotiates with terrorists.
I was signing into reverse fart as fast as I could, people, okay?
Okay, and that was, we skipped past it as like the gayest thing, and then it ends up with him all like, I miss him. Why?
It's Soldier 76 to Soldier 69.
No, it's Soldier LGBTQ element OP2 Spirit. Like it's Fuck, man. Just
I don't know. Have they done that to Reaper yet?
No, well, this is the thing that bothers me the most. So there's Sombra, which is a tech hacker girl character with the side of her head shaved and very lesbian dyed hair coming out the side. And then fucking Zarya, who is a fucking like Russian bodybuilder with pink hair with the side shaved, and it's got the exact lesbian swoop, and it's fucking pink, and she's such clearly a fucking lesbian. They haven't said anything about her being a lesbian. So you have clearly fucking gay characters like inherently in their design, and they don't turn them gay. They turn fucking Soldier 76 fucking gay.
Well, see, but that's the point. So the cultural Marxists, what they have to do is they have to take everything that you look at as normal, and then the things that you already look at as gay, they don't have to virtue signal or address those things because you already know they're gay. What they have to do is take everything you love and crush it in front of you.
Actually, this is them when they decide what they're going to do for the Pride update.
Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my dog are blue.
What are you talking about? They've had space AIDS for a while.
Wait, who had space AIDS?
Warframe. Don't you remember the blip on your neck you can get from other players?
Wait, more on that in a second.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Me when I find out all the people around me have space AIDS.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang, bang.
Can we just call it spades?
Oh shoot.
Yes. Nailed it. Shout out ABF. Appreciate you so dang much. I looked at that gay picture earlier for research.
Sure.
Research.
It's like you read that comic that Gooch made you read.
Oh,
for
well,
research.
that was Witchblade. Oh my god.
I just figured them all over again.
Which is so sad because not only is that comic good, but the anime's good too. We're like on a weeb stream. We be talking about the Witchblade anime, but instead we got homo Witchblade comic.
I was planning.
Anime is rad.
I was planning on talking about it today, and then I realized this was written by and queer, a literal self-described queer Witchblade. Witchblade, and then she also writes fucking Red Sonja. Witchblade and Red Sonja. Two IPs, queer women, fat queer white women should be anywhere near. The other person who writes the fucking Red Sonja books, Gail Simone.
Wait, Gail Simone writes for Red Sonja now?
Well, at least at the used bookstore, they're like, oh, Gail Simone.
Dude, I never knew that.
Have you found Cops of the Darkness yet?
What is it? The Darkness?
Yeah.
It's
Darkness.
I mean, I got some Witchblade. I got Darkness Wolverine crossover. I got Darkness in my save for later. Give it a couple months. I'm probably going to buy all the comics in my save for later so I can stop pining after them and like clawing at them because it hurts my soul not having them. But I don't need them. I have too much to read, but I also need them. But I have too much to read, which is why I've been trying to get through them quickly. And I'm like, yay, Witchblade. I've been waiting to read this. And then I'm like, oh, this is inferior in many ways. Oh no, this is inferior in every way. And why does it feel woke? Oh no, it's definitely woke. They just race swapped a character. What's going on? Let me look at the back, and I go to the artist, creative team. Marguerite Bennett is a GLAAD nominated.
Oh, great.
Didn't even win a fucking
angle, like with
GLAAD
the
award.
little small screen, just looking at the cover. Even the art doesn't look as good as traditional Witchblade comics. Like,
this is Silvestri. So Silvestri does some of the covers. So you get to see the art that you want, and then you open it up, and it's not the.
I mean, you say that they do the good, but like that color palette, even that didn't look like Witchblade to me. It looked very.
Oh well. Yeah, no, there's many problems. I'm waiting till next Thursday to discuss them when I have Gooch on, and I can shame him for convincing me to buy it.
After you guys showed
He
him
will
yesterday,
pay
I'm
for
off to
crimes.
buy a bunch of Conan comics tomorrow. That's my plan. I'm gonna
Oh,
go
nice.
to all place.
Nice.
Which
That's what I'm doing.
which
Very
one?
high
There's Link Erwin
I have
with Conan.
I have no idea. I'm going to the comic book shop. I'm going to look through what they have, but I know they have a ton of inventory. Never really bought them before. I'm going to see what they have.
All right.
Whatever you
so
recommend first.
we're skipping ahead. So these are the old school Conan from Dark Horse, quite beloved.
Okay.
There's also the Savage sort of Conan for the old school stuff. If you're going to an actual shop, if they were to have one, it'd be these new Conans from what Jim Zub? Yeah, Jim Zub's writing it. A couple different artists, and so far, loving them. Just finished the third one, freaking loving them. Give me exactly what I want from my Conan. And then I read what there's also it doesn't necessarily seem like Conan at first, but the Sumerian. This is actually the first Conan I read. And this is what made me go, oh, I really like this. And I got to like open it up from back here because Conan's got some violence and some nipples.
Yes. Yeah, I know Dark Horse from the Star Wars comics. I was happy with those back in the day. You know.
Yes. All right. Well,
might go with that too.
Oh, I'm going to continue recommending from Rever Star Wars Dark Empire, and Dark Empire 2 is what made me realize, oh, I kind of love Star Wars.
Awesome. I just picked up some of the Force Unleashed ones too, so I'm
Bro, the Jango Fett origin story from Dark Horse was so damn good back in the day.
Wait,
I'd like
hold
to
on.
see that.
All right, Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
There you go.
Jango Fett.
There it is. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
It's a mess. Oh.
Best helmet in the Star Wars universe too. So just
slaughtered all the younglings. Wait, really? What?
Not just the men.
Yeah,
but
Jango's,
the women.
Yeah, that's the coolest armor.
Too.
Yeah, they were asking for it. All right, so how many Souls-like enjoyers do we have on the panel and in chat? Obviously,
I count myself among Souls-like enjoyers.
How many then of you?
The ones I've played, I like. So
well, have you played Elden Ring? We got any Elden Ring enjoyers on panel?
Bounced up Elden Ring kind of fast.
Wait, Hayden, was yours positive?
Yeah, I liked Elden Ring.
Are you the only current Elden Ring enjoyer on the panel? Anyone else? All right, Hayden. Well, I was gonna ask if you were excited for an Elden Ring live action, but I have a feeling since you're never excited for anything, I know you might not be the most objective person to ask about thoughts on Elden Ring live action from A24.
No, throw it in the trash. The problem with Elden Ring and trying to turn it into a story to watch or something rather than to experience is there is a story in Elden Ring, believe it or not. But the amount of shit that you have to do to try to figure out what the fuck is going on is a little bit absurd.
Bingo, we have a winner. Sorry, I made the exact same claim on my show. It's such a visual world. How are you going to translate that to film? Hayden, I love you.
Also, the story does not care about you.
No. Yeah. Also, a lot of the story and lore is told similar to Destiny, where they just shove it all on the side and you got to kind of look for it. It's not actually like in the story, which is probably kind of difficult to translate into a movie as well.
The closest thing to a story is Bloodborne.
That's the Elden Ring and Bloodborne. If I were to do Souls-like, those would probably be the one. Hayden, do you have more thoughts?
Well, it's just that, I mean, like Leon was saying, it's a visual, beautiful world, and that's part of what draws you into the game. I don't know how you would actually bring that to the screen without it just being like CGI slop and just looking fucking awful.
And it's A24, so they're not going to be able to do a bunch. Well, if they do the CG, it'll be slop, but they're not going to be able to do a lot of CG.
Yeah. I believe it was who said on my show that what they could do is actually adapt one of the like backstories of one of the major NPCs. And that gives you like franchise potential because you could just do like Elden Ring effectively side stories.
Yeah, like let's have the Melania backstory.
Oh, yeah, actually that's like the only character I know from that, and that actually sounds great. Yes. All right. So
also, really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The secret, I think, is stop making live action if you're going to base it on video games. Make anime instead.
Make it a CG.
So that's the thing is I kind of hate to say it because that is the current trend of, we need to make a multiverse, a transmedia where we have every kind of media. So we got to make our anime. So I hate to say turn everything into an anime because it's going to like burn us out.
It will.
But turn Elden Ring into an anime.
It translates so much better because it's already, video games are animated like.
AVF. Okay, so speaking of it translating well, so it's going to have to translate over to A24. They're also Kit Connors and talks to Star in the live action. Star. And I'm like, who is this guy? And so I check out his IMDb.
This guy's new to me.
Oh, dude from Warfare. Okay.
Tommy in Warfare, which no one acted in that. But here's the main thing he's known for. Heartstopper. That's that super popular gay teen romance. And one of them is the gay guy from Agatha. And then the other main
you're gonna need to narrow that down. I just assume anybody in Agatha was gay.
And the other main it's Wanda's kid that she invented. Not Magic son. Or whatever the hell his name is.
Gay kid. So we all know who you're talking about.
So the reason he got cast in that is because he's in Heartstopper, which on Netflix is popular because Netflix is trying to turn your teen kid gay. So we got to push all the teen gay romances. So this is the guy they want to be the star of Elden Ring, which Elden Ring is supposed to be all like dark and gritty and grimy. And they're like, hey, let's put the gay teen in. Jeff, I know you're not an Elden Rings enjoyer. What if we threw a gay teen in it? Then does that change your mind?
Didn't we get that in Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Amongst Thieves?
I didn't watch it because I did not like the strong woman humiliating the man in the trailer, despite a lot of people enjoying it. Did you
actually? There's not a lot of that movie.
It was alright.
Should it be on the wheel or?
Yeah, sure, on the wheel.
Yeah, just skip the original ones that came out years ago.
I mean, that was those like 02 ones. I thought they were decent.
Isn't there
the first one was okay with Jeremy Irons being a crazy warlock?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Total ham. He totally was overacting. But
well, yeah, there's a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, like I think in like '89.
Yeah, there was that.
I'm sorry for my previous terrorisming. I'm a horrible monster. Also, I apologize for not singing for Graph Web. So I'll just for fuck's sake, hashtag cancel Disney Plus. All right, no, stop it, guys, stop it. No, he wins when we do that.
So for fuck's sake.
Shout out, appreciate you, Graham and Jake. I apologize again for my sarcastic terrorism. And Max, thank you for saving us from it. And I want a live action heavy metal, but could they do it? I don't think they could do it. Let's get
Sydney new heavy metal.
Sydney Sweeney Barbarella. Let's get that right first. Does that sound fair?
Yeah. One out Superella.
Including Batgirl.
That's what I was fixing to say.
One step at a time. One step at a time, guys. All right, we got, I think, one last thing, basically. Yeah, one last thing. Speaking of Elden Ring, Nightreign, we got quite a few people playing it. That's good. Wow. The problem is they're not happy about it. And this is the top not recommended. I read it when he first put it out, and it seems to be the most popular amongst those who don't care for it. And it's actually, guys, we can learn from how this dude gives out some criticism. Let me preface, this game is great. The new bosses are fantastic, and if you're a diehard Souls fan, of course it's worth the buy. The new music is beautiful, and I adore all the new characters. There's a lot of good here with great foundations, but there's more work to be done for the average player. Holy freaking nuance, and you're doing the compliment sandwich thing. Nailed it. No new weaponry, very little new content. Nightreign is an asset flip of Elden Ring. I knew it was going to basically be Elden Ring. He points out it is straight up just an asset flip, and there's nothing new, and the 3 night bosses are new, so the other 80% of the game can get repetitive. But of course, if you're a big Elden Ring enjoyer, all right. But he's even though I am one, for new people this is gonna be rough. So he's got all the nuances. Again, I don't think any. All right, go ahead.
There's apparently only 5 to 10 hours of content if you can do it right.
Yeah, but it's like a roguelite where most of the content is getting up to being able to beat it. Again, I don't think anyone is expecting everything to be new. It's an asset flip, but some new stuff was expected. And then he says some nice things. Extremely poor communication tools. So this is everyone's big problem is you can go solo, but it's not going to work. Or you can group up with 2 other randos and you got 3 people. You can't, if you and your buddy want to play, you can't just go in with you and your buddy and duo. All right, so you're on a team, 3 randos, no communication, no crossplay. You can ping in a map. That is it. So in a game that is basically light torture, Souls-likes I would classify as light torture. Multiplayer, all right, well, it's less torturous. Oh, you can't communicate with any of the teammates in any way. And sometimes some people want to go, say, loot. Some people want to fight this boss or that boss or take out this. So you have to somehow agree with no communication.
Cues from how Nintendo does online gaming? I'm a Nintendo fan, but let's be real, their online gaming has always sucked. And I expect more from Software.
Yeah, I think everyone did. But it's okay. If you look at the Steam numbers, like there's a lot of people playing this game right now because I think that people were just willing to buy it no matter what because it's from.
Yep.
And they're doing the asset flip, and if they could have just managed to make it good, they could have made people happy. But I'm worried that this asset flip is gonna end up like hurting them more in the end.
Also, some people already have it modded, so it works better for them.
Here, I'll share my screen real quick.
Oh, yeah.
You can see, but they hit a peak of 313,000.
Oh yeah,
and there's
I just whipped. I showed it. Yeah, so it's got good player numbers. But then you go to Steam and the reviews are mixed. So.
But it's also only been out for a couple of days, and I know even people like Beardo and X-Wing didn't even start playing it until yesterday. So I think after this weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a large drop off in the player count, just because people will realize that there's not a whole lot there.
Yeah, and the word of mouth is not going to be looking good. So we're going to see the peak today, probably.
It might be one of the cases though where this game is decent, like a few months down the road, and it just needs a little bit of time to push out.
That's what Mr. Nuance literally eventually gets around to saying. Rough experience for new players. They're not gonna because it doesn't like tell you what to do either. You just got to figure out. It's Souls-like game, light torture.
Souls-like.
Limited sense of progression. So you don't know what you're doing. You die, and you're like, well, I guess I just start over with no progression. Limited customizations. Eventually, they got the deluxe edition, so people assume new characters you're gonna have to pay money for. It's the $40 game as well. So you want new characters, you're probably gonna be paying some money for that. And From Software has never done a game like this before, so it's unclear just how much content and support the game will get going forward. This seems like one they might just leave to die and then put out like a paid character and piss everyone off. As always, remember, this is a Steam review. I'm just a player like you, and I'm writing a stream of consciousness about this dude. Can we just have this dude write reviews for everything? Like, God bless this man. This is how you write reviews, guys. So, Nightreign, it sold a bunch. I don't think it's going to do very good. And From Software has got such a good reputation to just throw it away for an asset flip.
But like he said, they've never done a multiplayer game quite like this before. So this is a new frontier for them. They may adjust course and actually do something good with it. Maybe they add in a free, update later down the line that adds in some more content. Maybe they do throw in some more weapons, but if they don't do something like that, this probably isn't the direction FromSoft should be going. They should stick with their epic single-player stories that they've always had.
Is it
super high quality?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Duskbloods, the Switch 2 exclusive FromSoft game, going to be multiplayer like this?
It's probably
I don't
Game
know.
of Souls multiplayer.
Yeah, probably the same multiplayer that you got in Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. So, summon people in, invade people, stuff like that.
Does this all share the same universe?
No.
With all the previous games, or is it kind of a little bit?
Just Elden
Dark
Ring,
Souls
I believe.
does.
So
I'm
yeah,
not sure
Dark
with
Souls
Elden
is
Ring.
all together. So okay, you had Demon Souls, which that IP got locked in a locker somewhere, right?
Because I remember
Basically,
that one.
FromSoft couldn't make any more after Demon Souls.
That was the
So
Xbox
then-
360 one, right?
No,
Demon Souls was PS2.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 3.
Oh, I thought it was PS2. Okay.
So it got locked behind an IP door. They couldn't access it anymore. So a couple years later, they get a deal with somebody and they make Dark Souls as a fuck you to whoever was holding the Demon Souls IP, right? Same thing happened with Bloodborne. They made the first game. It got locked behind an IP door. They couldn't do anything. So now they're making Duskbloods as a spiritual successor and a fuck you to who's holding the Bloodborne.
And now Dustblood is also locked in an IP locker.
Oh,
Yes,
good Lord.
Nintendo's holding that one.
Flowchart time.
All right. Any fear enjoyers in chat? Tomac,
Oh yeah.
I'd had this on the list to play in the future, and Tomac gifted it to me. I'm like, that's weird. Did I say something about it? And then I saw this, and I saw you can now currently get all fears for $5.49 or just the first game for $2.
Dude, I'm doing that later. Fuck yeah, because
I'm
I've only
buying.
played 1 and 3. I missed 2. People didn't like 3. I don't know why. I didn't really like.
was okay.
It's apparently more action than horror, and people. I'm a horror gamer, so I understand that. But having no familiarity with the franchise when I went into it, 1 and 3 are fucking great.
Well, and if you are a horror guy, currently this team's still going on is zombies, vampires. So
I know. Amazing shout out Valkyrie. One of my viewers gifted me Evil Within 1 and 2. Ooh, my
Zombies and vampires. This is the perfect time with June coming up for them to do that kind of sale. So,
Dying Light.
Last of Us is the first thing. Innocent Daisy, Left 4 Dead. I will say I'm definitely looking forward to some Killing Floor 3. Any Killing Floor enjoyers in chat?
I played a bit of it.
Vampire Survivors.
I'm playing a similar game to Killing Floor, but it's an indie game called Unloved, and it's really good. So it's same concept.
Excellent. All right.
You can read the note I had attached to that game?
Wait, what did it say? There's some interesting notes.
The note was, watch out, she wants your seed.
Yes, when I said sometimes you leave some weird notes, that's a good example of the weird notes you leave sometimes.
Very nice, okay.
Leon knows
And I just
what
bought
it's
the beer
referring
collection.
to.
All right, and then speaking of things you've sent me, actually I had to find this one. You sent me a different one because it got community noted, so I didn't want to show it off. But yes, we have the power of God and anime on our side, and it's weebin' time, baby. All right, so first things first. I just saw this pop up on Netflix as I was knocking out some more Dandadan. Lost in Starlight just came out yesterday on Netflix, and it is Korean. When an astronaut leaves Earth for Mars, the vast infinite space divides star-crossed lovers. So it's romance, but it's... Am I really getting an ad right now? You son of a... I've never gotten an ad on IMDb before. What the... They just
I think there was an X in the upper left of that window.
Yeah, and then it's trying to make me watch it. Man, IMDb has ads now for the trip.
That sucks.
So the art, it looks like Solo Leveling, which is also Korean. It's that kind of a style with a Suzume Your Name kind of vibe to it. It looks beautiful, but it looks a little romancy in the first half. But then I was scrolling through, and then towards the half, things look like they're getting interesting. So I might check this out, or someone in chat if you're interested.
Actually interests me a lot. I like space travel, so the Earth to Mars thing actually sounds really, really cool.
Except it's more relationship, and then other stuff is space stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's kind of where I sit with it. Like I don't like
stuff.
Super romantic stuff. I like character building. I like stuff like that. Whenever I'm watching something that looks like a love story to me, and it's a pass unless I hear just phenomenal things.
Okay, so yes, it's too girly, romance, little too slice of life. Hayden, why don't you tell us about My Dress Up Darling, the slice of life cosplay anime?
I actually out of the 3 animes that I watched yesterday, the one that I liked the least, I watched the most of because I was trying to give it a chance. My Dress Up Darling, I watched 3 episodes. And within the first 8 minutes, I was hooked on the character Gojo because he's a character who has grown up his whole life with no friends, with a hobby that people didn't understand because he's a doll maker.
Correct, Jessica.
And
correct.
People don't. He doesn't associate with anybody. Then he meets Kitagawa, and she, over the course of these 3 episodes, she actually makes him feel.
I figured it out.
Okay.
Nope. So she makes him feel like he's useful for the first time in his life, and he starts to make cosplay for her.
Oh,
I haven't gotten
Violet Ghost vibes from that.
Have you watched Violet Evergarden?
You say you haven't gotten far, you're gonna love it, dude. It is probably my second favorite anime of 2023. I think it was the year it came out.
Nice.
2022.
Okay.
Whatever year it was. I
think it was
2023.
Anime that year.
Like I said, 3 episodes in, and I want to watch more of it. I'm enjoying it.
So Hayden, I'm starting to realize what the problem is. You don't know what kind of anime you like because the one thing you always say is you hate slice of life.
Okay, but to be fair,
when you watch when we suggest really dark stuff that you tell us you like, you hate it, but then you like the slice of life stuff you claim to hate.
I'm not sure
you know.
Slice of life,
I'm not sure you know what kind of anime you like.
I maybe I have specific tastes
that even you don't know. They're so specific.
I think I have a pretty good idea. Like I said, there's a reason I gave it a chance, and it turned out to like it.
All right, Leon, any last thoughts on that?
You picked a good time because season 2 is supposed to start airing this year. So
let's go.
Let's see. And for those who want to watch it, it is on Crunchyroll. All right.
Perfect placement.
Dandadan. All right, so I am on like halfway through episode 12, so I got an episode and a half to go. Quite enjoying it. It is all over the place. It has a little bit of everything. It's super degenerate. There's aliens. There's demons. Did I mention it's super degenerate? The art style is really good. I really like the fight scenes. Like art and animation itself, very good. It's like Demon Slayer like level of quality. Very impressed. Really like the main characters, and the monster designs are fantastic.
I watched 7 episodes of it. This is the one that I liked the least.
So, thank you, Hayden. So, anime and manga was so good, and what the East does so much better, side characters. So this one, you get the like prissy, oh, I want to be popular, manipulate people around me, like girl, and you're like, oh yeah, she's the worst, and make one of the main characters, you know, like drop something on her head because she's bullying. But then eventually, that girl kind of ends up joining them, and you get her backstory, and then you go, oh my god, it's so good. I feel so bad now. I can't believe I thought all those mean things about you. Your backstory makes them all okay now. I like you. But then she goes back to like being a bitch or whatever. And it's just, we got another side character that comes in, and he's got a cool background. And I'm like, oh, I like him. But then he turns into a little bitch. I'm like, oh. But then I'm going to probably end up liking him again. And they do like the like professional wrestling up and down so well.
Okay,
roller coaster of emotions.
All right, I know everybody loves Dandadan, but I have to ask, do you guys not find Okarun being such a bitch, just annoying all the time?
Hey, Hayden, let me counteract that with a question to you. Did you grow up watching Evangelion?
Yeah.
I like Shinji.
I do too, but that's my point. Is like getting the robot bitch is a meme for a reason. These sort of pussy anime main character like young boy things. It's an archetype that's been around for ages, and we love it.
I know.
I'll take it over Frieren every day.
A lot of the time, it doesn't bother me, and maybe it's just because I went from My Dress Up Darling straight into this. The art style change was jarring to me whenever I started this one. And I got a little bit more used to it as I was watching, right? And I was like, okay, so it didn't bother me as much. But then I found myself throughout the various scenes, Momo would save the show for me, and then Okarun would ruin it, and then Momo would ruin it, and then Momo would bring it back. Like it's a very back and forth thing for me. It's like I start to like it for a little bit, and then I start to hate it. And then I start to like it a little bit, and then I start to hate it again.
Wait, are you bipolar? Is that that would explain so much, dude? All right.
Yeah,
anyone else? Okay, so Hayden hates it. We got it. Anyone else seen Dandadan and like to talk about it?
I haven't watched near as much as you. I've really just been following like clips on YouTube or on YouTube, accents to that. But I love what I've seen, so it's an anime I'm going to start because it just seems like one of those. When you read the description, when you see the clips, just out there, wacky, fun. Like this could only have ever come from Japan. It's so intrinsically Japanese and its humor and stuff, and that's the shit I love. So
ABF,
there's tons of poop and dick jokes.
ABF, ABF.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't recommend this to you for a couple of years, probably. Tomok, it's insane to me you haven't seen it.
It's Oakland's voice actor. It's like, no, you're going down on the priority list.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just been meaning to get around to it for a while, and I was like, well, hey, the movie's coming out. I like watching anime in the movie theater, so I'm gonna watch this so I can watch the movie watch some anime in the movie theater. Dandadan, Evil Eye coming out next week and dubbed. I thought I was gonna have to watch sub, but it's dubbed. Thank goodness. So very interested to go check that out. We'll report back to you later. ABF, you're up. Redline, tell us more.
Yeah.
Okay, so I enjoyed it. That I did have problems with it, but I overall enjoyed it. Part of it was the different races I thought were just a bit too silly, like those like dog people and like weird stuff like that.
Wacky Racers was too wacky for you.
It was an enjoyable film though. The other thing that bothered me was whenever the car, they would like throw the nitrous pill in it or whatever.
Wait.
Like
the
what?
coolest part of the movie you didn't like?
Well, no, I liked it, but I had problems with how they filmed it. I didn't like how like the car was just like bouncing around. Like that's not how cars work. It was kind of like over the top. I wish that it would have just been like more car like.
You're not allowed to watch Castle of Cagliostro.
Okay.
They like drive up on the side of like a wall at one point, so you're not allowed to watch that then.
No, I'm talking
and they're like
they're
all over the
going
place, too.
they're going in a straight line, and the car is doing like backflips and shit. That's weird, right?
Yeah, you're not allowed to watch Castle of Cagliostro.
Yeah, no, I have the exact opposite take of ABF. Like Redline is one of those films. I've done a whole lot of acid and a whole lot of mushrooms in my life, and let me tell you, I've never
Hold
needed.
on. He's frozen. He's changing networks.
I was frozen today.
We are Captain
memes.
But I like the overall story about how it was like, well, I was gonna say world famous, but it's like, multiple planets involved, so it's like universally famous race that everybody has to, get together. And I like the
there you go, you're back.
The plan to foil the race to try to fix it and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. And I like the car itself, how they were putting like a experimental, and I think they were still using internal combustion. I thought that was really cool. And he was one of the only people to do that.
Like you could say, I thought that was really cool. That everything
bounced on the road.
It is rule of
deal
the
breaker.
movie.
It was Trans Am also, and I really like Pontiac Trans Ams.
But it bounced on the road, so it's a total deal breaker?
No, I didn't say it was a deal breaker. Did I say it was a deal breaker?
No.
I mean, that's like the first thing you mentioned about not liking it.
I was sandwiching the bad before, okay?
All right. So, ABF, I can now definitively say, like Hayden, I don't think you like anime. And you're going to watch Frieren and you're probably going to love it. Tell us about Cowboy Bebop.
How dare you?
Tell us about Cowboy Bebop.
No, I actually really liked Cowboy Bebop. I had a lot of stuff going on at the time, so I watched every episode like far apart from each other. And
no way, my man.
My man.
I do wish though that the episodes led into each other a little bit more, kind of like other animes I've been watching. But them being like standalone episodes was also fine because of how long it took me to get through it. So
yeah, so Cowboy Bebop is unique in that because now obviously there's an overarching story, a very loose one by the time you get to the end, but the episodic nature is because Cowboy Bebop is not a narrative so much as it is a character study, and that's why I love it so much. That's why it's one of my top 10 favorite anime, because it is far more about how these episodic one-off stories just teach you about each member of the crew and their dynamics, and
that's really important to me.
Good thing. It's one of the very few anime I give a perfect 10 out of 10.
For me to like a piece of entertainment, I have to like the characters, and I definitely liked all the characters in Cowboy Bebop.
I 100% agree with you, and I think that's probably where Leon's coming from when he says that My Dress Up Darling is so good, and that's one of the reasons that I liked it more than Dandadan so far, is because you get to know the characters so deeply. It's a very similar story between the two, where it's lonely guy meets popular girl, but I care more about the characters and their development a lot of the time more than I do just the quick paced actiony stuff that just kind of flies off the wall.
None of that, Hayden. I mean, I agree with everything you said, but also the art for both Bebop and My Dress Up Darling is incredible art.
Yes.
And bias, I'm a cosplayer, so seeing an anime about cosplay, because that's a community I've been part of for fucking 15 years. I try to distance myself from because they're a bunch of fucking furries nowadays. But the point is, it's great in that regard.
Speaking of furries.
Bias.
To provide a counterbalance to that, the first time I ever watched Cowboy Bebop, I didn't know much going in, and I love my space science fiction. And I thought, this is a good show, but the ending was a little anticlimactic. However, on a second rewatch, the characters really come forward. So it's one that really increases with rewatchability, and that's what leads to its popularity. And you fall more in love with the different characters, especially like Faye.
Yeah, the ending, it was a little weak. I thought
It's like,
also.
wow, 2
I didn't-
minutes.
I
Damn.
didn't dislike it or anything. I just, yeah, I don't know. I think I expected more out of it.
I think the ending kind of it didn't necessarily catch me off guard, but that was kind of the feeling I got whenever I watched the end of it for the first time. I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So
I think I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 personally.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Yes. I just think about all the 80s and 90s movies I gave 7 8s out of 10s, and you guys attacked the shit out of me for this. If that's how this, we should all be attacking the shit out of you for an 8 out of 10. But I'm glad you liked it. What'd you think of the movie?
Physically.
We're not allowed to say that.
The movie is awesome, by the way. I
remember
love
you
the movie.
well, you forgot to say
down because
you
of
forgot
you.
to say you forgot to say bitch at the end, ABF.
Oh,
That was
in
the only
my
thing
trap.
that left it not copyrighted, Isaac. God.
All right. Isaac,
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop is something I would want to recommend to you, but you'll probably have a similar situation as a lot of other people. And
No, I mean,
find
Jeff just
underwhelming.
said so. It's like sci-fi, space sci-fi, right? Basically. Okay. Would you say I'm really a big fan of space operas? Like, kind of the would that apply to that at all?
Space
or-
Bounty Hunter.
It's a little more
Space Bounty
intimate.
Hunter?
It's not nearly as epic. If you really want epic, I'd tell you to go watch Star Blazers or Starship Yamamoto.
Yay, that was
Okay.
great.
Or
Right.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is like 165 episodes, and it's
Wow.
the best freaking anime
And it's
they ever
worth
put
it.
out in my
When I
opinion.
grow up, I want to be Jeff.
Isaac just got done watching Battlestar Galactica, so
Yes.
he definitely does like space operas.
And I loved the ending.
Star
I
Blazers
did like
for
the
sure.
ending of it very much. Yes.
I would love to recommend Trigun to ABF, but we need to recommend him newer stuff, I think, before we get him watching
Yes.
more old stuff.
Ooh,
The older
Trigun,
stuff is harder for
yeah.
me to get into.
Well, let's see what we got.
I was
And
thinking
then-
Gundam too.
And I
The
thought
old
Redline.
Gundam series.
I thought Redline would be good because it's kind of like anime adjacent, like with the different style of it. Did you like that part of it, at least?
Yeah. But like what I do like is when
Only
stuff, and I realize we're talking about anime here, but I like when stuff is closer to reality. It doesn't have to be realistic. I just like when it's closer.
That's why I'll say all the time I don't like shonen, because I don't like the combat that gets, everybody's got to charge up and they're slamming each other through walls, and like that stuff gets to be too much for me very quickly.
I did like the Badlands Rumble or whatever. I did like the
That's
movie
the
that they
OVA.
did.
That was okay.
Yeah, but the new anime, I looked at it briefly and
I'm
my
freaking
Trigun.
out on that shit.
Jeff and Jess both just said the same thing that I've been saying for a little while. Black Lagoon is
Yeah,
what
that's
One of
what
my
I'm saying.
favorites.
Next.
So
Yeah,
I got
I
Roberto
saw
Sanchez
Vagabundo-
over here and Revy in the case
So-
over there.
Vagabundo showed me an episode of Black Lagoon, and I quite liked it.
So
I was
I
there too. I loved it.
I like things. I tend to like things, and everyone gets mad at me for liking things.
No, it's
How
not
dare
on
you.
PC.
Tomak constantly recommends me the weirdest, most obscure anime, and I go in like, and I keep enjoying it because I can manage to enjoy things for what they are, or take bits and pieces to enjoy. There's only 2 animes I've like seriously not enjoyed. Frieren and Black Lagoon, the only 2 anime Hayden likes.
They are not the only. I've been watching anime longer than you, damn it.
Freelan's
yes, I
okay
like-
in my book.
I've been
I'm
watching
kind of iffy on
anime
that one myself.
for like 24 years.
Yeah, okay, me too.
Wow.
But no, like I said, both of those anime are much more about the characters, the character growth. You get these actiony moments where things happen, but it's not.
But the characters suck, and I didn't care about them
No, they
growing
don't.
because all the characters fucking
are
suck.
complex. The characters
And
are complex.
boring. Black Lagoon, the main character is just some salary man, like boring as fuck. Oh, I'm a
Yeah, but
pirate
what about
now.
the chick with guns though? Like that was kind
Yeah,
of
She
Revy
sucked.
is
I didn't
fucking
like her.
awesome.
Dutch,
The only good
Revy,
thing about
come
her is her
on.
giant boobs, and then it's woke as fuck because it's just like, hey, black captain and strong woman, yay!
This was way before that shit even was really going on.
Yeah, no shit on Black Lagoon. Revy's second best waifu after Android 18.
Yes, agreed.
Waifu for life.
I made it through like 5 episodes. It was the only thing worse I've seen is Frieren, probably.
I don't even know what Leon just said, but I agree. So
So
Base.
ABF,
Careful
you'll probably
doing that, by the way, Isaac.
okay, yeah.
So ABF, I recommend Frieren and Black Lagoon to you.
Oh, thank you. I'll watch them.
ABF, I do think you'll like Black Lagoon. To be fair,
I
like
do
Black,
too.
Black
No, well,
Lagoon.
I like the one episode I've seen, so
Yeah, no.
It's good.
Black
I think you'll
Lagoon
get
is-
really into the story. Like, especially if you like that first episode, that's the slowest episode. It starts to pick up after that. And
I watched
you get
5
more
of them.
Involved in the characters.
They were all slow,
6
and the characters
and then the
suck.
OVA.
How many episodes are there?
26, and then there's the OVA.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. ABF. The only 2 anime I have not enjoyed in the like year and a half or 2 I've been doing this. I bet you'd like them. All right. So
Well, I mean, I like certain movies that you don't like.
yeah, I know, and
and
Frieren is definitely fits the boring category.
Frieren, and like Frieren's an interesting one because
The worst character
I
in anime.
I only watched it.
I
I
found
wasn't going to watch Frieren because
the best character
I'm
in anime
far-
recently.
Okay, yeah, Koro Sensei is definitely top tier. But no, I'm far more sci-fi than fantasy oriented. I don't watch a lot of fantasy stuff because like I'm a D&D player. The best fantasy is always going to be the shit that me and my homies create around the table. Most like whether it be movies or anime or anything like that doesn't capture playing D&D with your buddies. So I watched Frieren because of Hayden and Cinevere, and it was one of those anime that was like, okay, I'm enjoying this. It's fine. And then every few episodes, something happens. Like, okay, I think I really like this.
Wait,
and a few episodes,
something
okay, I think I
happened?
really like it. And by the end of it, I was like, fuck it, I love it. But like, it was very incremental.
Yeah, literally nothing happens. The series ended. I'm like, wait, shouldn't there have been like a bad guy or like something we were doing or some kind of like story arc? And they're like, all right, next season we'll go fight the demons or something like that. This whole season was just a waste of time, guys. I would much rather see the anime of them defeating the demon lord, because that's the only good stuff is the flashback, because there's actually likable characters in the flashback, whereas all the characters in the present are fucking terrible, especially Frieren, and then her little assistant girl is just Frieren too.
I agree. Fern sucks. I'm not a big fan. I
like
I like
Frieren.
And Frieren is Fern. It's the same exact archetype. We don't need 2 of the same characterless characters. Yeah, the whole thing is they have no personalities or no character. Yeah, and they're just emotionless bitches essentially. Not very likable. Like that's the whole the whole character is supposed to be unlikable. I like likable characters myself.
She's not supposed to be unlikable.
She is literally autistic and no one understands her, and she's super unlikable and no one understands her. It's literally
Hey, I take offense to that.
the whole thing about her being Yeah, she has like zero social skills and and there's zero character. Like she's the flattest character I've ever fucking seen. And then, but then at the end, there's like,
don't make fun of her.
Oh look, it's slightly. Look, she's got a little bit of. She's back to having no character. But look at that character growth, guys. There's so much character growth in 26 episodes. No, I'm good. All right, moving on. Weathering with you. No, Leon, we lost Leon. All right, so. This is my chance to be super gay, so I keep recommending.
I'm listening. Just doing one thing.
I keep recommending Your Name and Suzume. I'm currently going through this director, all his work, and so I watched Weathering with You, which is available on Max. Set during a period of exceptionally rainy weather, high school boy, Japanese word, runs away from his troubled rural home to Tokyo and befriends an orphan girl who can manipulate the weather. She's a weather maiden, and it's a nice little fun, simple. Kind of relationship, not too romancy, and then it gets a little fantastical, and then it gets quite a bit of fun. Animation and art was fantastic. I like the story, characters, music, voice acting, quite good. If you watch Your Name or Suzume, Your Name is on Crunchyroll, Suzume is on Netflix and Crunchyroll. Watch these first, and if you've already seen those, definitely check out Weathering with You. I know Leon said he thought it was the most underrated one.
I think it's probably of the feature length films. I think it's the most underrated one. Now there's another one called Garden of Words, which it was like more of a 40-minute short film by the same dude. That one I think is like the best and most underrated.
Oh yeah,
Garden
really?
of Words, that is my, all of them this dude's done. That one is my personal favorite. But Weathering with You, I think is probably. All these movies are so good, it's hard to say. But yeah, I think Weathering with You is the one that just doesn't get talked about. Is because like Your Name was so good, and Weathering with You was the very next one after Your Name.
Yeah, and then Susan.
So it was
these 3 bangers.
Wait, so Erwin likes a story about has a character that is climate change?
Yep.
Oh.
What? No, she just makes it stop raining.
Okay.
So she'd be more like anti-chemtrail? I don't know.
Yeah, she's keeping the heavy metals up in the atmosphere. Yeah,
So
bringing them down to base.
I would. Jeff, have you seen any Suzume, Your Name, or Weathering with You?
I've seen 5 centimeters, Place Promise in the early days. I've seen his early work. I've not seen Suzume. That is next once I get through solo leveling.
Well, that's currently I'm working through his old stuff. You need to work through his new stuff. Yeah, these
Voices
3
of a
right
Distant
here.
Star is awesome. That's fair too.
Oh wait, really? Because that's the one I thought about possibly skipping. But you think that's, even though it's a short?
It's short.
Okay, works for me. All right, well that's 2 I was planning to skip.
When it says
I will
short,
watch
is that like the same thing as Garden of Words, where it's like 40 minutes? So it's longer than your average anime.
25.
30-ish minutes.
20,
if I remember.
25.
Okay.
Well, with credits or whatever, but yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen that one. I'll need to add that to the list.
I have the old DVDs of those first 2. Place Promised in the early days and
Oh,
Voices.
okay. Well, then you made it very easy. Yes, watch Suzume Weathering with You and your name. I would recommend it to you and Leon, but he's already seen them, and that's probably about it. Jessica in chat, you definitely watch it as well. All right. Yeah, anyone who's got like a girlfriend who likes anime or whatever, and have her watch it. All right. I just wanted to touch on this briefly because I had already talked about it, but My Hero Academia, boy, I freaking love it. Highly recommend. Give ABF like 5-6 more animes, and I think he can get into something like My Hero.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody screams I should be checking this one out too, and I just have been like,
Stay away from the fan base. They're terrible.
So, okay, Jeff, you highly recommend. I feel like an idiot for putting it off for so long. Hayden,
add another one to the list.
Are you a My Hero enjoyer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell the panel in chat why they should check out My Hero.
So one of the things that I like about My Hero is that, like I've said several times, I like good characters. I like character growth, and I like darker stories. And the more that you watch My Hero, whenever you first start, it's very
generic,
high energy and generic. Yeah, it's very generic shonen. And as it goes on, the world and the stories get a little bit darker and a little bit heavier, and you start to realize some of the impact that these things actually have on their world. It's an amazing story. It's a lot of fun. Whenever they get into battles, they're not super over the top. Everybody's emoting constantly. No, they're there to fight. They get through the fights. There's big moves that happen, but it's more grounded. It's in a believable world.
Would you say it's not shonen then? Because you talked about the slice of life you love, and now the shonen.
It's my definition shonen.
This
right?
one's shonen, but it's on the much darker end of shonen as it goes on.
I completely disagree that it's on the darker end of shonen. No, I'm not knocking. No, I love My Hero, but I would not say it's on the darker end of shonen at all, because it's something like Jujutsu Kaisen is dark. Like, this is still very much
Hunter. I'm told gets pretty dark, so I feel like it'd be more in that category.
This is one of my kids' favorite anime, and it's been one of her favorite animations since she was 8. She's 11 now. Like, when I think of darker, this is something like I wouldn't let children watch. I'd monitor them watching things like that. But again, My Hero is good. It not being dark is not a bad thing, because I think that too much. Oh, go for it. I'm sorry.
My bookstore has Rosario and Vampire Show or Vampire Manga. I think 1 and 2. Is that something?
The best harem anime of all time.
It's a great.
I'm not even joking.
You might want to look at high school DD.
Anime of all time.
Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate the suggestion.
High School DxD. I just finished the first season of that like a week and a half ago. I had never seen it before. I finished the first season like a week and a half ago.
All right. So My Hero, Isaac, some of these, you're going to think they seem a little childish. A lot of these animes seem very childish, and in a lot of ways they are. But when you give them a chance and you keep going, some of the backstories you get and where some of the stories end up going, it's some high quality writing. So
yeah, I can look through that. If you said it's like you said, a little childish, if the storytelling is solid, I can look through that.
And the characters are very solid. Exactly. Assassination Classroom, Koro Sensei is like top 5 like anime characters now for me. I freaking love this guy. One of the best characters. So complex, so much depth. Love him. And he has a stash of porn out hiding in the woods, and we can all relate. All of us of a certain age.
To store. It's gonna rain.
Now, a lot of the other characters kind of suck, and the main character I thought was a girl at first, and his superpower is he writes notes down.
I don't get the tism with you guys enough in terms of show and tell, because Badger doesn't do the anime stuff. But like,
okay, I'm a little jelly. Fine, nice. I'll pull it up while I get mine out.
We got the big Bakugo here.
I've got the pretty cool Bakugo.
And then we got and then we got my boy
just
like me some My Hero.
Yeah, I got this as a 2-pack at the bookstore, which I'm very happy with. This one is exceptionally good figure. Got it for like $30, so 15 each. And then my nephew cleared out all his anime manga stuff, so I got this for free.
Oh, that's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
And then back to doing cosplay. I cosplay Dobby. So.
Dobby the elf, or is that an anime?
No.
character?
I don't know if you're far enough in the manga to brand the character yet, but you'll know him when you see him.
So yeah, My Hero Assassination Classroom 2 I watched recently. Quite enjoyed. Easy recommends. Took me forever. ABF, you're back up to bat. Attack on Titan, I read all the mangas. They were incredible. ABF, currently watching the anime and enjoying it so far. Tell us more.
It's really fun. I got to say, though, I was thrown off when, I mean, it's okay to spoil stuff at this point, right?
Y'all should watch it, but Attack Titan, you're going to spoil that, right?
I haven't seen the final season yet myself.
Oh,
well, no,
he,
like
he hasn't either, so don't worry.
Move that rock.
The main character that you get invested in, you know, something happens to him, and you're kind of wondering for a few episodes, and then things unfold. It's really interesting. I'm really love. I can't stop watching it.
You should read the manga, ABF.
Jeez.
Just knock the manga out real quick.
Yeah,
I highly recommend
it's
it.
not short.
Erwin's lifting. Erwin's lifting.
34 books to be exact. Lift with my legs.
Yeah, lift with your back and make sure you.
Yeah, right.
I know, but when I lift with my back, if I do like a squat like correctly, then my ass is just sore instead of my back. So it's like.
That's not gonna get clipped at all. No.
Nope.
My ass is sore, Isaac.
You need to
Why
lift
do you have
up
to say
20
my
volumes
name
of
after
Collective
that?
Berserk is what you need to do.
So, wait, what? Hold on. God dang it. I'm already on such a mess, Jeff. All right, hold on 1 second. These ones I actually am going to hurt myself. These are so heavy. I love these fake leather-bound ones, though. Oh,
I do too.
Best manga. Yeah, there's 5 of Berserk. That's a little lighter. Yo,
Yeah.
Ben, dropping some dicks. All right, 1 second. Benjamin, dropping 50 dicks on us. Get it out, lol. What do I need to cut a check for, lol? Oh, wait, is he behind? Is he still back? Is he still on the Overwatch?
Probably.
Did I pull up an old one? Or did we do something else?
No, that just came out.
No, that one just in.
Shut up, Ben. Naganol. Enjoy your freedom, Leon? Oh, socks. Okay. Now, yes. The second he said he cosplays as Dobby, I was prepared to throw a sock at him, and then he ruined all my fun.
I get the joke now. I get it. Thank you.
All right, Attack on Titan, great manga, highly recommend. Anime, it's incredible. And so actually, Hayden, I have a question for you before we move on. So you said so many people who don't like anime enjoy solo leveling, so it doesn't count as an anime, but Attack on Titan is one of those animes that is really good, and non-anime enjoyers, it's an easy recommend to them. So does that mean Attack on Titan's not anime?
No, I didn't say.
I thought that's what you said on the GCA.
No. So
well, then I have 1,000 apologies.
Okay, yeah, no, but
I got Soul Leveling Book 7. Sorry, transition now. Go. Okay. I opened it up. I looked at it, and it's the Black Ant, so I didn't spoil anything.
Nice.
I can't wait. Sorry, Aiden. All right, no, moving on. We got too much to talk about. Moving on. Highly recommended. Leon, are you available? Because I got one pulled up for you. No, so we're moving to No Guns Life. Hayden, what you think of No Guns Life?
I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm 3, maybe 4 episodes in, and
dark and gritty, like you like.
Yeah, it's dark. It's gritty. There's lots of I don't know. I'm so interested
No
in
Guns
all
Life.
of these
Fuck
characters.
yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Like,
Top 10 favorite in my top 10 favorite anime. Let's do it.
I just got to meet the 2 girls, the sisters,
Pick that up, too.
Edna, and I can't remember the other sister's name, but
so
I'm not very far into it. Yes, his head.
Yeah, so you're
is a
what,
fucking
3,
revolver.
5, around there?
That's freaking awesome.
He's missing his memories, so he's basically trying to track down how he got turned into a cyborg with a revolver head, right?
Holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's like a detective, so it's like
Yeah,
gritty
he's a
noir
bad
detective
detective.
stuff.
This is noir done right, because like people throw out the word noir and they don't fucking understand what it means. This is actually a cyberpunk noir story. It is.
That looks awesome.
It is one of the most original. And like this anime is the reason I don't care for it. It's not I don't care for it. Where I think Chainsaw Man is just fine. Like if you want 2 different anime where people have weapons for faces, you've got Gunhead and Chainsaw Head. Go with No Guns Life because it's actually a far deeper interesting, gritty
Have
detective story.
Have you read the Chainsaw manga? Have you finished, gone past?
I've not finished the Chainsaw manga, but I am further than the anime in the manga.
Finish it, and you'll probably feel a little bit differently because the story with all that, the weapon like demons, is phenomenal.
The only issue I have is that I called the ending as a guess, and the person who had already finished was like, "Fuck, how'd you know?" So I do know at least a concept of how it ends because they told me I got it right. But I am still gonna finish it. Yes,
and I'll say,
I also love slow-paced noir stuff, and that is what No Guns Life is. It is very. It takes its time solving the mysteries and actually follows like detective story archetypes. And,
it's very deliberate in what it gives you too, right? Like it's very deliberate, and I like that. It's direct. It's like he goes into this, and Leon, what are the two things he says he doesn't like? He doesn't like kids.
He doesn't like kids, and he doesn't. What's women or?
I can't remember.
He doesn't let people hold his trigger. Is that the one you're talking about? He doesn't let people hold his trigger.
Yeah. He won't let anybody hold his trigger except for the ones he's chosen.
Yeah. Oh, that's only the ones he's chosen, and he says, "I'll never choose anyone again," because he had like his handler during the war, and like there's a whole mysterious backstory with that. Oh, it's such a fucking interesting world.
So I'm starting episode 5 today.
Hey, Seuss, I was just about to play it for you. Shout out. Literally, I was gonna pull it up because I made that. Shout out to Jesus, which is why I got the manga and why I'm going to watch it. And then before I could get the words out to be able to play it, he dropped a gift to eat. Appreciate you, Jesus.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I've not smoked cigarettes like since I was in my late teens. This anime is one of the very few things that when I watch, it makes me want to smoke.
It makes me want to too. I haven't smoked for 5 years, and every time he lights a cigarette, I'm like, "Damn, that seems nice."
Right?
I already want to smoke a cigarette every day of my life.
Oh, shit. Glad I never started that crap.
Yeah, I smoked for a decade.
10 years without.
Yeah, quitting was a very good decision. Yeah, I just waited till I was sick and my throat was sore. I'm like, I don't even want to smoke a cigarette. And then you just stop buying them.
All right. Well, they're like $9, $10 a pack these days.
I used to buy like the American Spirits, and
inefficient.
It's like $7 for those things. I was paying like $3 more a pack than everyone else, feeling like such an idiot. Now I found out they're all paying way more than that for like the Marlboro crap. All right, Leon, before you sneak away again, Psycho Pass. It's on the list because of you. I think it's like 4 down or so. Tell panel and chat why they need to watch Psycho Pass.
Watch it.
Psycho Pass is now. Psycho Pass is interesting because it's sort of an anthology. Like there's multiple seasons.
Yeah,
they loosely connect, but you can watch. They're almost all they're all their own independent stories. So like season 1 is genuinely a perfect anime. It is a 10 out of 10 story, characters, idea, execution, the whole 9. Season 2 is a notable step down. It's kind of got that true detective thing going on with it, and then season 3 kicks it back up to where it should. Still not as good as season 1, but again, since they're all their own original stories that only tangentially relate, it's
really okay. Because I'm going through season 1, so this is one. If I go season 1 and I never go back, I'll still be good. Got a nice like whole story.
Yeah, correct. Like things in season, there are characters in seasons like 2 and 3 that reference season 1 or straight up were in other seasons, but their roles were very different. But like every season, totally unique story, totally unique cast, and you don't need to have seen them in any like to correlate with one another.
So it's pretty dark. It's pretty sci-fi. Do you think Isaac, a more anime normie, would enjoy this, or is it a bit too?
What's that movie with pre-crime? Like
Minority Report.
Do you like Minority Report?
I've never seen it.
Okay, well,
it's actually really good.
For anybody that does like Minority Report, you like Psycho Pass. But do you like very psychological cyberpunk detective gritty stuff?
Yeah, I do. I would say.
I think Isaac would like it.
I think you'd like this. Then it's Psycho Pass is one of those anime I feel like I can recommend to people who don't watch anime because it doesn't do the anime trope stuff. It's just like
okay. Because that's what I'm looking for.
It's its own insular thing. It's its own thing.
Yeah, like you could this would be very easy to do in live action because it's like the only thing that makes it anime is the fact that it's animated.
And they would definitely fuck it up if they tried to do it live action.
problem. And that's the sort of animes I like to try to recommend to like the ABS or Badger or Isaac. Like that's why Isaac is here. I want to try to find some that I think he would like, because that's sort of thing ABF would also like.
I like Princess Mononoke when we watched.
Nice.
That. I like
I haven't read or watched Death Note. I'm really looking forward to it. I got half the manga here.
Death Note's good.
And that's another one that seems like I could recommend to like an Isaac or ABF or like Badger. Badger really
good, like entry level anime. You watch a lot of other anime and you realize that like, oh, Death Note sort of does.
It's all the inner monologue. Like, well, if I think this. Or if I do this, then he might think this, so I've got to do that. But then if I do that, he'll think this. But will he think that I think that I think that? And that? So it's a lot of that sort of stuff. So if you like that real psychological,
again, it's Death Note's fine. It's like I've just seen so many anime at this point that do that better. That like Death Note's not super high on my list, but for people who are new to anime, I think
like
Death Note's I think Death Note's very digestible for newbies.
It's on the list, like it's on the goated list. Like if you're trying to get through like popular anime,
it earned its spot in history for sure.
I've seen it in the memes though. Death Note. There's so many memes on Twitter about that. Like I'm familiar of it through that alone. So
Ghibli is anime, Jessica.
Well, I responded to her about that, and that's my honest opinion. It's all the same.
And then, Jeff, was there anything you wanted to say about Psycho-Pass? You seem to be an enjoyer.
Yes, I highly recommend it too. It's basically like you could easily translate this to live action. Live action fans would love something like this. If you like X-Files, you like Minority Report, it's right in line with doing it that way. And I'd also just throw out Witch Hunter Robin.
Ooh, I watched that back in the day.
It's basically a play on La Femme Nikita from USA Channel from years ago. Almost to a T, but with witches.
Yeah, I watched it when it was on Toonami. I don't think I got to see it all, and it's always bugged me that I didn't get to see it. And I think it's on Crunchyroll, or I saw it on somewhere, and I was like, I gotta watch. Yeah,
Robin, that sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen it.
It's on Crunchyroll. Tomak, are you a Psycho-Pass enjoyer? It seems like something you would recommend to me.
Ergo Proxy guy.
Yeah. Most I've heard about Psycho-Pass was TV was shilling for it years ago.
Right.
That was the one.
I think that was when I watched it. Actually, was back when Total Biscuit was all about it. I think he got me to watch it.
Yeah.
Also, someone said Ergo Proxy Squid. Ergo Proxy, whoever said that, is a bit pretentious, but I do love it.
All right, so Leon,
Leon.
So I assume for those of you who have seen this, you've probably seen the anime. I did the manga Steins Gate.
Yes,
I still need to watch
such an amazing fucking show.
Leon, you got dibs. Take it. Thoughts?
All right. So first of all, is anybody familiar with the John Teeter conspiracy theory, like in real life?
Yeah, I was really surprised how much real world stuff they put into this.
This is an anime adaptation of basically what if the John Teeter story was real and time travel is real, and but you can't send biological things through time, but they find a way to do that. And so every world line has like slight differences. It goes off the actual basically. Hayden, we were talking about this on Tinfoil Haters a couple weeks ago. Steins Gate is like the CERN 2012 world line stuff in an anime. CERN is in the manga. Yeah,
and they're evil. They have like an evil occult organization. Yeah, and it's CERN, but it's with an S instead of a C.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot it is with an S. It's SERN. You're right. Yeah. It is, and again, they do things like this is the only anime that has an acceptable tranny character.
Yes, we will be discussing that because I wondered if the anime and manga were the same. So main character he considers himself he's a self-described like mad scientist, inventor, but he's kind of putting on airs and whatnot. So he's got a lot of really good depth. It ends up being, he changes timelines, but then in the end, he needs to save the pretty anime girl with gigantic knockers. And it's one of those motivations I think we can all understand. So, really great character stuff. I love me some time travel, and they did a really good job actually keeping the
time travel in this one actually makes sense. By the way, it makes logical sense in this.
Yeah, like this, the 12 Monkeys show. I can't think of too many other time travel movies or shows that have a satisfying wrap up that makes logical sense. This one actually,
No One?
Yeah. No, wait, No One? What's that? Or is it...
That was No One. It's
No One.
Multi-dimensions.
No One. Yeah. Is that actually pronounced No One? I always was pronouncing it No One.
No One. It's the name like the villain.
Wait, now that makes. Oh well, okay, yeah, dumb. All right, so Steins Gate, Leon, do you want to explain the trans character, or should I? I feel like you should. It's your people.
All right. Fuck you. Okay. So
Damn.
Wow.
You got this dude who thinks that like he was born in the wrong body, you know, like actual gender dysphoria. So he's like, I should have been born a girl. So I dress like a girl, I act like a girl. He acknowledges he's a boy, by the way. He knows he's a boy. He just hates that he's a boy. So this is like
and the main character is constantly like, everyone, that's a dude. Everyone, that's a dude.
Yeah. he makes sure that even though is female presenting, he makes sure that everyone
Leon,
knows that. And
would
so
you classify him as an otokonoko?
They live in Akihabara by all the like degenerate hentai stuff. So like 2 of them work at a maid cafe, and then they're constantly talking about like dojin and stuff like that. So very degenerate. And Leon, so obviously if you eat more vegetables, you become when you're pregnant, you have a girl, and if you eat more meat, you become a dude. So they send a text message saying to eat more vegetables to the dude's mom so he can be a girl. And then it changes. He doesn't realize it, thinks he's still a dude, and then he sexually assaults her because he wants to prove that it's a dude, but it's a chick now.
But in the other world line, it's a chick. As far as the Japanese phrase you gave Hayden, I need English context for that, and I'll let you know if I agree or not.
That's a
what is
male
this called
VTuber
again?
pretending to be a girl.
No. So an otokonoko.
Give you a couple. We'll give you a year or two
I
before
don't
you're allowed to watch
want to watch
Steins Gate.
this ever.
ABS,
Sounds like a bunch of gay shit.
If you like John Teeter conspiracy, like you will love this.
ABF,
Anyways,
we're about to
that
have
was-
the exact same conversation about Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
so
and I'm
that's
not
all.
looking forward to it.
ABF, I never even made it 5 episodes into Steingate, so I actually don't know much because I couldn't hack it. I couldn't deal with it.
Steins Gate's very slow. It's great, but it's slow. Now,
Well, see,
hey, what were you trying to explain to me? Because I am curious.
The manga is 3 volumes, and I bought it specifically because I'm tired of 34. This is.
Well, yeah.
This
the
isn't
whole
even
show-
half of Attack on Titan, so I wanted something.
The whole show was only like 26
Very
episodes or something like that. and
Exactly.
you're done. There
This
is a
is
spin-off that's
a lot
also like
easier.
24, 26, which is really good. Steins Gate 1
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh, wait, is it? Because I saw that in the back. I'm like, wait, there's more?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
there's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, Steins Gate Zero?
spin-off takes place in an alternate world line in between like the very last 2 episodes of the original run.
It's a version where they like
explains-
fail to do something or whatever.
Right.
but-
So you know how Okabe had to go through, like he stayed in one timeline for a really long time before he was finally able to save them at the end?
Yes.
It's what he was doing that other timeline to finally be able to make it back to the main one. So it's good. I like it.
Oh, I liked everything. I would have preferred not having the gender swapping character.
Okay,
I'm with
see,
ABF.
that's what I was gonna ask about, because in Japanese because you guys said the trans character,
well,
right? But in Japanese they have a term otokonoko, which means it is a male character that cross-dresses, looks like a girl, 100% looks like a girl. You absolutely cannot tell they're a guy, but they still say that they are a guy.
We have a term for that too. I just can't say it on YouTube.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul. I love Tokyo Ghoul.
And this character is also gender bender, and then you eventually get the backstory, and you're like, you're suddenly my favorite character.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's why I'm willing to, when that popped up in Steins Gate, I'm like, but I'm like, I'm willing to give it a chance because they've shown that they can handle it, unlike the West, and they continue to handle it far better than the West. Oh. All right, so anyone else Steins Gate? Are we moving on? All right, it's manga ninning time. All right, yeah, I got more solo leveling. Bam, expensed. All right. Oh, Leon escaped. Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Actually, Tomak, we'll let you take this because you are also an enjoyer of the mangas.
I should get that for my wife.
Oh,
I bought the box set for my girlfriend.
I
It's like
played that on
112
N64
bucks.
back when I was a kid. So
yeah. So the box set comes in a cool treasure chest and it's currently on sale. I know that because Leon just purchased it or something. So yes, easy recommend. Tomak, you want to tell panel and chat why they should read these?
Well, Link has a pet dragon for like the first half, I think.
It's actually a really cool looking dragon too. So
Well, yeah, because it's Bavagia eventually.
Oh well, yeah, that's what this version. That's more what I was thinking.
Yeah, like when it's after the time jump, like it got corrupted by Ganon.
Yeah.
Volvagia.
Yeah, that's where it's at. So I never played this. I didn't have a 64. I played 64 like my friends, so I never got to play any of the Zeldas back in the day. But everyone always loves them, and I'd like to know more. But it's it'd take forever to play, and I don't have those stuff. And it's like I don't even really want to do this. So I have this, where it's very quick version of the story, very quick. Which for me, just wanting to get kind of caught up in some world and lore, it was perfect. But as I discovered, thanks to Leon, is they did make some changes from the game, which obviously they would have to because it goes so quick. But Sheik in this, I was always under the impression was just Sheik pretending to be a dude. But in this, Sheik actually gets magically turned into a dude, and then when Link shows back up after 7 years, magically turns back into a woman. And then the Hunter Schafer news came out, and I'm like, but Leon assures me that's not what happens in the game. Jeff, you're a gamer. Is that what happens in the Ocarina?
You're asking the wrong partner of my marriage couple here. She's the Zelda fan, not me.
Yeah, it's all it's in the game that's a perfect disguise.
Okay, a perfect disguise. Because in this,
I don't recall anything to that degree.
It's a man, baby. Like, all right, and let's see. I'm looking at some Sheik. I don't know when it turns.
Zelda box set is $72 on Amazon.
Yeah, correct. When it's normally like 100 and some, I think.
125.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, like $50 off. Heck yeah.
I think I paid 125 for it. So.
Yeah, perfect time. So
my wife ain't watching anyway, so I can order this thing.
I will just be getting the Majora's Mask. Really looking forward to it. Really enjoyed it. Lots of strong women, and it was really good. Okay, yeah. Here's when so literally Zelda. There we go. Is all shaking it up like, oh no, my mask came off, and you can see I'm a woman, and then flash. All of a sudden she's there, and she's a woman now. But before then, she was absolutely a man, and
immediately catch by Ganon.
Then that's obviously.
Yeah, but that's just a disguise, though. That's not doing training.
Yeah, that
that's like Eowyn in Return of the King, basically. That's all it is. She's not saying I am a man now. You have to accept my identity.
Isaac, I'm glad you said that. So if a dude gets magically transformed into a chick, you'd fuck him.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
you already season for that.
You already agreed you were gonna fuck the dude.
No, I'm saying for the point of the story, this isn't like
what if it's a super hot chick that gets magically turned into a dude, but you know it's a super hot chick? You giving it to him in the keister?
It's a trap.
Yeah, literally a trap.
Isaac's a bigot. I knew it.
He doesn't like girls. What?
My mom says I can't hang out with you anymore, Isaac. So I'm sad Leon's not here because I finally bought some Dragon Ball because I see the Dragon Ball.
I am just doing a work thing. I'm listening. I just couldn't talk.
And I see the Dragon Ball Z and I want to buy them, but then I see like volume 67 and I go, okay, no, I don't want to start collecting it because then I will have to. Hey, Sue's dropping at 20. So I saw Dragon Ball. This is hiding in the comic section, full color. So it's OG Dragon Ball, nice. Which I watched. I was more a Dragon Ball Z fan. I never really cared for the original Dragon Ball. I watched Dragon Ball Evolution, which is not Dragon Ball Z, it's Dragon Ball. So I'm like, oh, hey, I remember this. And I'm like, hey, this will give me some member berries. And it was like $10. Yeah, something like that. I'm like, hey, got me some Dragon Ball. And Jefferson. All right, Tomak, you got something you're trying to show off first? Okay. After me, Jefferson, it finally happened. I've had this on my list for so long, Jeff, but I'm like, I can't buy 6 deluxe editions of a manga. I have too many things I already purchased that I need to read first. And then it finally showed up also in the comic book section. And I went, well, I have to buy it or else Jeff will be sad at me. So I bought it. And damn, dude, this art looks so good.
It's beautiful. I love the anime too, the film and then the little OVA series they did.
Gritty.
That looks awesome.
Grounded. I was going to say Hayden would like it, but we can't recommend it to him because if too many people recommend it to him, he's not going to like it. So
it's dystopian future. It's brilliant.
And this is what I'm going to say. So Isaac, you think Isaac would enjoy this? Nice, dark, gritty, brutal, some sci-fi?
I like post-apocalyptic stuff. I'm a big fan of that.
Me too. Well, this looks right up our alley. And there is...
like Book of Eli type of stuff, like that type of feel. The dark, gritty,
Excellent. And then that is on Netflix, I believe. Jeff.
The show, yes, not the movie though.
How? Oh, the movie. Wait, there's a show, but not the movie is on there?
The original OVA that came out a few years ago is only like about an hour long.
Oh,
It
okay.
is called version. Here it is. 1.1.
Well, regardless, there's some blame for you to watch. So my question then is, should I do the manga first, or do I watch
Manga.
Jeffrey has spoken. Excellent. Looking forward to it. I believe there's 6 of them.
And that is it for the story.
some
There
more
is no more. So
oh, really?
that's where it ends.
Oh, an actual ending? Nice.
Yep.
All right, and then I got a couple more because Leon, Tomak, someone.
I'm here.
Yep.
Monster Guild. Has anyone heard
I
of
don't know that.
Monster
No,
Guild?
but that
never heard of
coloring looks fantastic.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
The art is phenomenal. The main character looks awesome. So this is one for all you Frieren enjoyers out there. So Frieren is about the main party defeats the demon lord and then what happens after. So this is, what if you're the demon lord in the castle and you keep killing the good guy hero, but that asshole keeps respawning. And so finally, after you've whooped his ass hundreds of times, he finally wins and you lose your empire. So you and your goons have your life destroyed and you have to pick your life back over so you can take back your empire from that evil hero.
Interesting.
I am intrigued.
That's a nice, like when people talk about subverting expectations and whatnot, and they talk like, oh, we hate it, we hate what they did to Luke Skywalker. No, this is a good sort of subverting expectations. I like it when genres and tropes like this are flipped.
Yeah. This is more like taking the entire premise and flipping it on its head. Not a payoff subverted, but the entire premise of a story.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons that I liked Frieren so much. Right. So this sounds.
Honestly,
this
that's
sounds
the
like
reasons
something I could get into.
I was sold on the premise of Frieren, by the way. I was sold.
I like the fact that they say they're killing demons and say they're irredeemable pieces of shit, and that sounds kind of bad.
That is sort of the story in Frieren.
There were quite a few things I enjoyed. I appreciated her getting eaten by all the mimics because she's too greedy. I also really appreciated her racism against demons.
I like that.
So yeah, this looks great.
Just on that premise alone, I want to see it.
I am really looking forward to reading that. So I was wondering if anyone knew about it, but yeah, apparently not.
No, is it a manga only? I assume there's no. Is it new? Like, well, it can't be that new because you had several volumes there.
I think it's still running because it says date hyphen and then nothing when you look it on Amazon. So
but
I think it's
it
still
hasn't got
going.
anime at all. Like it's manga only right now, right?
I don't know. Actually, I'll look it up right now. Let's see. And then Read or Die was one of the first things Tomak recommended. The manga and show is great. I finally got Read or Dream. I'm still waiting on book 1 to get here in the mail. Looking forward to that. So normal average chatters, if we weren't doing a Weeb weekend, I probably wouldn't recommend Read or Die to. But we are doing Weeb weekend.
Is that the TV show too, Mark?
Yeah, this is TV.
Yep.
So
do you have the OVA?
The OVA
yes, that's the one I had to watch.
With the
okay.
it's 3 episodes, 30 minutes long.
Awesome.
Oh, hold on. I'm adding this right now.
You weebs out there. There's very few things.
Read or Die.
Read or Die. Yeah.
It's
so
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So and I really enjoyed the book. Story was good. A lot of that stuff.
2001. Nice. Excellent. Old school. That's up my alley.
And it looks great.
She's a bibliophile. She loves books. She's a librarian, but like a secret organization that collects like secret books or whatever, essentially. And she's a paper bender. And the animation of all the paper like flying around her and stuff is incredible. Like it is. I really enjoy the story, the characters. There's the characters. It's, I get him like, oh, girl who's, she's got giant boobas, but she just likes to read and nerdy girl. I'm like, But then the other super hot booba, like secret agent girl shows up. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'm intrigued.
Yeah, Nancy's great.
And the way the two characters play off each other and whatnot. So there's Suzume, Your Name. I highly recommend that for like an everyone sort of a thing. And then Tekken Kinkreet, that is my like secret go-to no one has seen. Tekken Kinkreet, freaking love it. Also have the manga, also good, wherever it is. Wait, where is it? I lost it.
Also, I would recommend the OPA to ABF because the normal guy in the team is just a dude with a gun.
Yep.
I've seen something to do with Read or Die. Is there like a movie or something?
Yeah, the OVA is a movie.
Yeah, so I did watch that, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can't remember why or when I watched it. Yeah, I've seen it.
It would have been because I watched it and recommended it. It's the only way I could imagine, because no one talks about that
It was
show.
like at least a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay, well then then it had to have been me because
Maybe
he
so.
had me watch it, and then I got these, and so I talked about it for a while. So it's probably that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah,
I
I was
remember you talking about
shocked.
that. No,
shocked by how much I enjoyed it, and then 3 of the this follow-up series, Read or Dream, popped up at the used bookstore.
The anime is based off of those.
And I bought these because I knew Tomak would be sad at me if I did not. Wow, is it a mess behind me? Holy crap! But thankfully, I think we are done. We are finally done. Was there anything else anyone wanted to mention? Any shout-outs for highly recommended anime
I
or manga?
recently started an anime that I do want to recommend. I'm not super far in it. Oh, Bakano is so good. Bakano is so good. Bakano, however you say it.
Bakano.
Dude,
That's how I say it anyway.
fucking love Bakano. One of the most underrated gyms of all time. I've recently started an anime. I've not finished it, so I can't speak to whether it's actually good or not, but I'm thus far enjoying it. It is called Akiba Maid War, and it's about how these.
I've heard of these.
I've only seen clips. I've seen clips on Twitter.
It's these girls that work in maid cafes, but you find out that maid cafes are basically a front for the Yakuza, and it's all these maids from different warring Yakuza factions murdering the shit out of each other. It's gory, it's bloody, it's violent, but it's big titty maid women with fucking SMGs and shit murdering the fuck out of each other. And so far, it's awesome.
I enjoyed the Maid Cafe and Science Gate. All right, well, the only problem is what is it on? You just borrowing it from the internet?
I am borrowing from the internet. I have not checked to see what other sites it's on. Any
Sally Bakano doesn't seem particularly available either. So that's I hate recommending.
It's really recent though. It's like 2021 or 2022. So I'm sure it's on one of these sites.
There is one thing that we need to address though, and this is gonna go back a little bit in the stream. But since Leon is now here, Leon, please explain the Zelda and Sheik disguise thing.
Yeah, so in the manga, if I recall, they actually have Zelda magically change into a male with Sheik, whereas in the game, it's just a disguise. Zelda's just she took on the Shiko life and role, and it's just a disguise to hide from Ganondorf. Like at no point is Zelda ever actually a dude. She's just pretending to be a dude to hide from Ganondorf. It's not any trans thing.
Did she ever say, "This is my true identity. I'm a he, him. You have to accept my truth"? She never. It's not that shit. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's truly just like my life.
I piss off.
All right, one person.
It's no different than Leia in Return of the Jedi dressing as a bounty hunter to free Han Solo at all. It's
Bingo, bango, exactly, Isaac. 100%.
Right. So.
All right. I'm sorry I had to deceive you. So that's Sheik's secret. Wait, hon, shall we? Oh wait, dang it! There is a line where somewhere. No magic. Yeah, whatever. There's a line where she's a fucking dude. If I found a fountain. Dang it! I'll look into it. Oh no, I will not look into that.
I've read probably a line from him, including our time. They like she is magically a dude in that manga.
Correct, and yeah, but it worked. It worked. I will trust the East to do that sort of gender bending stuff. I will never ever trust the West ever again to be able to pull it off. Moratoriumed. All right. Anything else? Anyone want to slip any other maid cafe animes out before we go? Tomak, what are you getting up to, buddy?
Later today, I'll be doing the Revengeance DLC, since a couple people asked me to do those. So we're going to go be through the dog and the Bazillion.
Wait, there's DLC for Revengeance? Metal Gear?
Yeah, there's 2 DLC campaigns.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Speaking of Metal Gear, how you doing, Hayden? Or what are you plugging, Hayden?
Let's see. I guess just Monday with ABF. Tuesday here. Wednesday. Gonna be on the GCA. But I am gonna try, I think, to check out this game that I've been keeping an eye on. It just got a 7-day extension on its Kickstarter. It's called Project Tonin.
Yes!
And you play as a bunny girl, and you just hack shit apart. You hack apart big monsters, you hack apart trees, and then you can kick it, and wherever you slash your sword, you cut it. It's at 90% funded, whereas a week ago it was at 50% funded.
Yeah.
Project what?
Project Tonin. Tonin.
I've linked this to you numerous times.
Yeah. No, it's the one, you literally super chatted the link, right?
Yeah, this one.
This is, you super chatted this link at one point, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna check that out. Maybe I wanted to stream it, but my internet's not strong enough to stream it here at work. So
Hang on.
might try to make a video of it.
Bunny girl with samurai sword cuts
Yes.
up monsters.
Sold.
There is
Yeah,
a free
I
downloadable
changed-
demo right now.
Yeah, I did change my backing amount. Here
Tree
we go.
hacking action, and then she
Lumberjill.
and then she hits the tree at the bad guy.
There, I
Yeah.
put my stream in the chat.
All right,
That's what-
excellent.
so I might try to make a video just to help with the final push on their Kickstarter because they've got 6 days
There you
left and it looks cool as shit.
Yeah,
And
game's great.
hopefully they don't come out against Gearsha. ABF, anything you want to plug?
Let's see here. I'll be on probably this channel tomorrow, and then
You
we
are
have-
invited.
We have Jay Viper joining us for Off the Hip on Monday, so tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, Tomac tells us about all of the Bunny Girl indie games coming out, so I just wasn't sure what Bunny Girl indie game it was, you know.
And I appreciate that about you, Tomac.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like Tomac provides a very important service to us all.
All the weird ass indie games.
Whether we ask for it or not, and I do appreciate it.
Oh, also, I am 1 sub away from 1280.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Hey, or when we're this small of a channel, we celebrate the small victories. Okay.
My exasperation at you made me knock a bunch of comics on the ground. I'm making a mess now, APF.
Well, clean your room.
Okay, yeah, Jordan Peterson's gonna be really pissed if he
Watch
sees
your
this.
Pride can't continue that quote.
Leon, anything you'd like to plug, buddy?
Yes, countercast on Monday. I'm trying something. I was inspired last night after gaming and drinking and streaming with people. On Monday, I'm gonna try and do a VTuber takeover stream where all my guests are VTubers. So Lumi, Cinny, and Mama Akko have all confirmed. I'm gonna see Niak.
Oh yeah, Mama Akko.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can do a VTuber takeover stream. Either way, countercast on Monday for sure with Lumi and Mama Akko. And then videos throughout the course of the week like normal. SNH tonight. You know how it goes. And and I stream tomorrow, Sunday special stream. Either gonna be doing reaction videos or gaming. I'm not sure which, but we hit tier 3 last night, so Sunday special stream tomorrow. We'll be on the lookout for that.
Let's go, Jefferson. What do you want to plug, buddy?
Tonight we got our Deadwire live stream, horror science fiction news of the week, some pop culture. We have some fun. And Tuesdays and Fridays we do movie and TV show reviews. It's Friday the 13th month, so we got some sequels and season 3 of the TV show. And Thursdays are Stargate nights. So Stargate Files every Thursday, everybody. And Erwin, when you get caught up, we'd like to bring you on.
Oh, yeah, no, just not, what was the movie, the horror movie from the Super Trooper guys? Just not for that.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Wait,
no.
Project Dread or
Troopers made a horror movie?
what is it? Something Dread?
Yeah,
Dread?
Club
Dread.
Club Dread. That's September. So.
Just pick if there's a different movie you guys are doing, I might want to do one of that instead. Or else
Absolutely
I'm just
not
gonna
a problem.
I'm only going to say bad things about Club Dread. And I do not want to watch it a second time to remember it.
Well, thanks for having us on.
I was actually going to someday I hope I can be as knowledgeable and nerdy as you, Jeff. Quick, what is that one anime or manga that people need to watch or read? What's your number one recommend?
Above all, Hellsing Ultimate.
Hellsing Ultimate, another one that I recommend to the normies. ABF, Hellsing Ultimate is literally on my anime list of things for you to watch. Okay. If you like vampires, Hellsing Ultimate.
Hellsing Ultimate is definitely normie friendly.
And if you enjoy it, you can watch the original Hellsing, which is also really good and it has a different storyline. Isaac,
That's
you
the
like
one that I watched. I watched the original. I haven't seen Ultimate.
Both are excellent. I really enjoyed Ultimate. And
I feel like the original better just because I saw it first, even though like Ultimate is the one that's
animation is considerably better in Ultimate.
Correct.
Yes, that's true too.
Isaac, do you like vampires?
So the more classic stuff.
Do they have
not so much
too much a satanic vibe for you? All right.
Way.
No Hellsing Ultimate. You have to watch Attack on Titan. Plug away, Isaac.
Yeah, so every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the Golden Age podcast on my channel. We're on the road to 300 since we're doing numbers, and check me out on X2. We're going strong over there. So we're talking politics and pop culture, how they're connected.
Isaac, I hate to interrupt you, but I wish I were Jeff. God, son of a...
awesome.
I thought it was cool for having the Spike Spiegel
That
and you
bitch-
whip out
and she's got her
Alucard.
cannon because bitches love cannons. Fuck yeah.
Witchblade. There we go. Witchblade. There we go. Sarah Pazzini, and it's Witchblade not written by a queer writer as well, so she's actually attractive. Fat
Someday you'll
white
get the
woman.
anime figures.
Well, that's
Walter.
I thought about talking about the anime because it's considerably different. I checked it out. I'm like, this is too different, but probably still quite good. So I'm going to get to it in the future.
Yeah, no, the anime is very different than the comics, but it's really good. Like I saw the anime first and got into the comics through that, and I love both.
Same.
Yeah, well, that's because I just read the new Witchblade and I was very disappointed. So I'm looking forward to watching the anime so I can have good Witchblade in my life again.
It'll be again. It's different than the comics, but it'll be much better, I'm sure, than what you said about that comic. So
Skip the live action TV show.
I think it's okay.
Right. Sorry, Jeff. Tomac says I have to. All right.
I don't know. I haven't paid for it yet.
He's like, well, hold on there.
Oh, and Tomac, you're allowed to just make recommendations as well, just normal recommendations. But when they're attached to a red boy, they're no longer recommendations. They're orders from my boss. All right. Appreciate you all so much. Could not do this without all the orders from my many bosses in chat. Looking forward to our next Weeb Weekend. Bye, everybody.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Oh!
Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
I forgot some Frenchman for 2 Weep. Someone said Weep Weekend. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late to your super chat. And I meant to get to Aces for 20. I don't know who might be interested in Gungrave anime. I wrote Gungrave down, and Tomac be interested. And it was
Gungrave.
It's a video game, and like what, PS2 or PS3 or
There's
something as well?
3 games.
Someone pitched it as Godfather meets the Terminator. First half of the show is Mafia related. Second half is where the Terminator parts come in. It was strange but interesting.
Great show.
I'll
Great
add
show.
that to the list
That
as
sounds-
well, real
yep,
quick.
kinda
I've never
neat.
heard of this.
It is on the list, and I appreciate you so much, Jesus. Shout out for the 20. Bye, everybody.
Hubba hubba. Stop that.
And